Welcome back to the Pig Trail Studios. We are joined by a very special guest with NFL Draft looming this week. One person hoping to have his name called, former Arkansas running back Rakeem Boyd, who joins us now. Rakeem, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
No problem, no problem.
Now, I just got to get your thoughts. It's been so many years of work up until this point, and we're a day away of getting the draft kicked off. Are you excited? Are you nervous? What has been your feeling like this week?
I really, I don't really, I really at this point I don't know. You know what I mean? Because anything could happen. So I'm just nervous and kind of shocked. I'm still here. Get living out my dream that I always wanted to live out.
Yeah, I guess it's like a culmination of everything you've done. What do you think it's gonna be like when you hear your name called? Are you having a party, or what's the situation you have going on?
I have some family getting together with me and celebrating me from New Orleans because that's where I'm from. So a couple of family members and maybe just a few friends.
And I think when you look at the culmination, you mentioned New Orleans, and you look at the road you've gone through, being displaced by Katrina, going to Texas A&M, going to Independence, coming to Arkansas, a very hard road with a lot of trials and tribulations to get to this moment. To have it all be able to pay off, what does that mean to you?
A lot, you know what I mean? Just it means a lot to me and my family to be at this moment to because my mom and my brothers went through it with me, so it's a blessing to be here. You know what I mean? It's I worked so hard from A&M to JUCO to Arkansas, not here. So all them days just that combined, just that's all hard work.
And you mentioned Independence, kind of having to take that road through the JUCO route. How tough is it to then build yourself back up to be able to have a shot at the NFL?
Oh, it was tough, but it was easy to get my mind back on track, and you know what I mean, just being that dude that everybody knew me to be. So it wasn't a surprise to me. It was just like, man, I'm going back where I belong.
I think you got to touch on it, the last chance you portion of it, where you see every season that show releases, somebody gets going to the pros. To have that road through that Netflix special now to here, what do you think about all of that, and your reaction to being on that series and now potentially living out the dream?
Oh, it's just, man, it's gonna be a story. You know what I mean? And I hope I keep writing my story so I get to tell it more. To my family members and kids. So man, it's gonna be a good story to tell. I ain't got no kids right now, but I'm saying later.
Yeah, yeah, we'll focus on one day at a time, right? Now,
Right.
what have you been doing this summer to prep? I know you had your pro day. What else have you been doing through this time to get ready for the pros?
I've been just boxing, getting my body right, rehabbing a little bit, and then just, staying right, really, just getting all my body muscles and parts right.
How do you feel? I know you've had some injuries in the past, but how do you feel at this moment, heading into this week?
I feel real good. I feel healthy. They say let's go next week. I'm in there. Let's go compete. So that's what at this point, that's kind of what I'm ready to do. You know what I mean? And I've just worked so hard to get to this point, and it's finally here. So now I'm just ready to see what team I'm gonna be on, ready to go compete.
And I guess I wanna know a message you'd have to a team that were to draft you. What would they be getting from a guy like Rakeem Boyd if they were select you, excuse me.
They would be getting a steal, an outstanding guy that what I mean shows up to work every day, ready to play football. Like that's what I love to do. So I'm ready to play anytime, morning, night, evening, Thanksgiving. It don't matter, Christmas. So COVID, all what I'm saying. So I'm ready. They're gonna get a guy that's just ready to go, just anxious, be on the field.
Now, I want to ask you about a decision you made over the last season in college to opt out of the last few games of the season. Can you take me through your mindset of making that decision as it pertains to your journey to the NFL?
Really, it wasn't a it was a big decision, but you know, some people didn't know. I actually, my roommate had COVID, so and when I'm in the same house as him, so you had to sit out because I guess I was close to him or something like that. And so, what I'm saying, they said, close positive, not positive, close, I don't know, something like that. Being close with him, he's my roommate, but he had tested positive and I tested negative. So therefore for me to cause the missed games.
Only 3 running backs have rushed more yards than you in their first 2 seasons, and you said you've kinda wanted to make your mark in a past interview I listened to on Arkansas athletics and being one of the best running backs to ever come out of the Razorbacks program. Would being drafted cement kind of a legacy of yours at the university that you were one of the best backs, to come out of Arkansas?
I mean, that's what I want, but you know what I mean? You know how all that stuff goes. So I mean, hopefully I can cement that, I'm one of the guys, you know what I mean? So that would mean a lot to me, you know what I mean? Because just of where I came from and how I did it.
How
And most people will never understand that.
And what did this journey in Fayetteville teach you? And what did you learn from being here that you've taken with you as you go to the next level?
Just to stay humble and be positive, you know what I mean? Just through it all, you know what I mean? No matter what happens, whether something low happens, something good, bad happens, always stay in the middle, always stay level headed.
As we go into tomorrow, NFL draft, just to be able to hear your name called, and I know I kind of asked this in the beginning, but to have this dream come to fruition when a team selects you and you get on an NFL roster, um, go into training camp. In terms of just getting to the pros, how much would it mean to you that a team would say, we want you on our team?
Man, it would mean a lot, man. It would just mean the most, you know what I mean? And that's hopefully what I hear pretty soon here on Saturday.
And family's gonna be watching this draft with you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Right at your
Yes,
house?
sir. Yes, sir. It should be exciting.
Well, Rakeem, thank you so much for joining us. Former Arkansas running back Rakeem Boyd, hoping to hear his name called in this week's NFL draft. Rakeem, thank you so much for taking the time.
Appreciate it.